saying 30 seconds left. So you know when it is, you have to finish in 30 seconds. Okay? This is what's going to happen in the final assessment. People will raise 1 minute or 2 minutes to remind you that it is the end of your presentation. Okay? Andy's okay. No, Andy, you're not an exception. Even you will receive the 30 seconds thing.
You mean if you say stop, that you need to stop?
I'm saying when it is 3 minutes. Listen, guys, so I don't repeat this, please. Guys, I'm saying that when there's 30 seconds for you to have 4 minutes of your presentation, meaning you have spoken for 3 minutes and 30 seconds, you will see this side going up, meaning you've got 30 seconds to finish. That doesn't mean you have to finish now. It says there 30 seconds. Okay? So, just manage your time wisely. Okay? And Andy, we are ready when you are.
Okay.
Okay? Please provide your feedback for Andy. Go ahead. Start.
Okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Andy. With the development of the technology, there are many electronic devices to bring us a lot more convenience for our life. However, it also brings some negative impact on our health. Today, we are going to talk about the excessive use of the headphones. Firstly, I will give you some majority types of the headphones in the market, and then I will point out some reasons caused by overuse of headphones. Then I will give you some suggestions or actions you can do that protect our health. That is the conclusion. So let's move on the topic. The majority topic, the majority headphone is this, as you say, AirPods headphones, in-ear headphones, on-air headphones, and wireless headphones. I know you already know what that is. The impact caused by overuse of headphones, they can have two sides. One is to make it loss in your hearing, and the other is it make it increase the risk of the accident. So they want to know how does the loss hearing happen. Let me explain to you. Many people choose to use headphones to listening to music because they don't want to distract others, and they usually choose the louder volume. And actually, if you use the headphone, it will be reduce the air tunnel. That the nature protection will not work. So it will cause your air cells broken, and you will be lost your hearing. There is important thing about here is if you lost your air cells, it will never recover, and your body cannot give you any signals about your cells inside or something. Am I making sense? Okay. I think it's increase the risk of the accident. How does it happen? Firstly, one, you should jump in the music and leave the headphones, and you should in a environment with moving cars, and you not mention the car. You can imagine what will happen. Yes, that makes sense. the action to avoid this kind of thing. Firstly, we turn down the music. Now the user allowed twice. And not wear in-air phones, because the in-air phone can reduce more length of your ear canal. It will cause more damage than the headphone, actually. And you need to have a hearing intact. What that mean? It means you need to make your ear have a rest. The other is be careful with cars. Every time you should be careful with cars. Then you can decrease the risk of the accident. Okay, this conclusion. Today we have talked about the majority earphones on the market, and then we talk about the return of the overuse of earphones, and I give you some suggestions and actions to protect ourselves away from this. Okay, it's all is done. You can ask me questions. This is my responsibility. Thanks for listening. You can ask me questions.
I'll take no questions.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Andy.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, please.
Actually, I have a video.
Yeah, sure. Oh, yeah, send it down to me, please, yeah. Send me the feedback for... Okay.
Hello everyone, thanks for coming. I'm Kate. Today I'm going to talk about how social media has been used in presidential elections and influence on public political engagement and voting decision making. And my presentation will be divided into 4 parts. First, I will talk about the value of social media in campaigns, and then how social media can facilitate the public to participate in political engagement and persuade them to make a voting decision. And then I will talk about the implication of social network sites. And before my conclusion, I will play a video. So let's start with this. According to Pew Internet and American Life project published in 2007, with over 65% of adults using the internet and more than half of them having used new social media to follow and engaged in the 41st presidential election. And that was statistics in 2008. So imagine how much the use of the social media can be considered well spread now. So let's move. the first line, social network sets have been used by Obama, and he has 2,379,102 friends. You can see McCain is just less than him. It's really different. And you can see here, this is Twitter statistics. You can see how the difference between them. And from that, you can tell why Obama can be success, actually. So that's the difference, and that's the influence about the social network side. Okay. I don't know why.
I think you are doing another channel and then you can check. That's the problem.
Should I?
Continue, but give us your own things without using this device.
Well, that's what I'm talking. So, let's play a video actually. This is Twitter about Hillary Clinton actually. I will play this video.
We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States. We're building a wall. He's a Mexican. I'll use the word indoctrinating. That's rude. I'll get rid of gun-free zones on schools. I'm the king of death.
So you treat women with respect.
I can't say that. She's a disgusting pig, right? I've never seen a thin person drinking Diet Coke. You can get that baby out of here. Our military is a disaster. He's a warrior because he was captured. I love people who weren't captured, okay? How stupid are the people in Iowa? So stupid. This country is going to hell. Knock the crap out of them, will ya? I'd like to punch him in the face. Loser. 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 Can't be serious.
So, this video is talk about Donald Trump, and it's posted by Hillary Clinton team. Actually, it's this election is going right now. So, I barely know Trump actually, but from this post, I can tell. Maybe I will ask some questions because things like Donald Trump has a lot of problems, and I will ask could he be the next president in the United States? So you can see how the social media can influence the people. So that's it. If you have any questions, please ask.
Thank you very much. Please pass down the feedback line.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dia. Today, I want to talk about the social media. the whatsapp.com website, 2015, the social media are roughly classified two definitions. The first one is collective of online communication channels dedicated to the community-based interactions, input, and content sharing. And the second part are the websites and applications, such as the forums, microblog, and the social networking. So let's move to the next part of my presentation, the impact. According to the Dow Green 2009, Western democracies face a serious issues about decline of people's political engagement. But there is a good way to solve this problem. And another guy stated 2008, he said, social media is effectively share the political information and appeal directly to the voters. That means as long as we make good use of the social media, the situation will be changed and will be better. Yeah. And how the social media impact on the people's political engagement is another important thing I want to talk. And with the frequent use of the people of social media, people are exposed to the massive information and interact with another people, which are the main factors of increasing interest in this field. And the guys putting and the motto hunting and pen say people conveniently have access to real-time information, and the result supported by the another guy having similar and currently 2013 point out that social media such as the Facebook and Twitter as a new form actually stimulate people in the political engagement. And the last part of my presentation today is conclusion. As I say, it's convenient for people to have access to real-time information and mass information and interactions with other voters, and people become more active in the political engagement. And I think the social media will be able to predict political voting outcomes. And Gawar et al. 2013 has the same point that the sentiment of people in social media correct with the posts can capture the large scale trend. And this is my reference list. That's all. Thank you.
Feedback lines for media, please.
global warming. Due to increasing awareness of environmental degradation caused by fossil fuels, renewable energy starts to replace with fossil fuels. Renewable energy, such as solar and wind energy, are sustainable, clean, and environmental friendly. And more specifically, when we look at the wind farm, this is the most efficient, cost-effective way, and also when it compared with fossil fuels, it causes less environmental damage. For this reason, we need wind farms. The next issue I would like to focus on is the importance of site selection. First of all, the initial cost of wind farms has notably expensive, and also Karen and Statistics 2011 said that investors of wind turbines are interested in making profit. For this reason, the risk of the investment is very important for them. And also, not only important factor is wind turbine. There is a range of different restrictions to site. Now, we will move on to elimination criteria of wind farm. Each potential wind farm has own specific characteristics. For this reason, most of the study considers literature data or some national legislation. You can see some references in here. By illustration, we can separate this criteria into main parts: environmental, economic, and social. However, they have a lot of subcategories inside. For example, environmental restriction. Dotinopoulos and Khashoggi 2016 analyzed environmental restriction in Greece, and they highlighted these categories: natural environment, cultural environment, such as archaeological places or spiritual places, and also environment of tourism facilities, such as hotels, and residential areas and roads. Also, they considered distance from airports. Above Nurullahi et al. 2016 at some restrictions. They are rivers, lakes, and water bodies, and also distance from electric power lines. Also, in terms of economic restrictions, we can separate wind of speed and suitable wind size and slope. And social restrictions, you can consider visual impact and noise impact on the people. Now, let's look at a case study of this issue. This study was conducted by Nurullahi et al. 2016, and they interested in marketing in Iran. They consider technological, environmental, geographical, and economic restrictions. You can see in there are subcategories and some threshold values, and also in here. The first map is represented techno-economic criteria. You can see the red one is the most suitable place for this according to this criteria. And this map belongs to geographical restriction. It's about the slope. It looks more suitable area, the green one. And this one is the belongs environmental criteria, and the green one again suitable area. When they to add all together, they found only 28% of the area has suitable area, the green one you can see. And we have now reached my presentation. End of my presentation. If we consider everything, it is obvious that wind farm site selection is very important and has a lot of criteria. Thank you for all coming. If you have any questions, you can ask.
everyone. My name is Fahad. Approximately 6 million people die each year all over the world. What do you think the reason of this a considerable number of people? Yeah, actually. War is exactly what most people would think, but actually the effect of cigarettes, the reason of that is electronic cigarettes, of traditional cigarettes. Today I'm going to talk about the essential tool of using the essential tools that try to protect people's health, which is using electronic cigarettes instead of using traditional cigarettes. My presentation, I will divide my presentation into 3 parts. The first part will be about the definition of e-cigarettes. Then in the second part, about the positive and negative impact. And in the final part, about the conclusion and question. What is electronic cigarettes? The electronic cigarettes, according to Songbird and Jingy in 2015, they said that electronic cigarettes are devices which allow smokers to inhale nicotine by evaporated liquid which is liquid without burning tobacco. The most positive influence of e-cigarettes, it is helping tobacco smokers to quiet smoking. According to a study in 2012, reported that about 14 participants, smokers, in that study, and that study lasted for about 24 weeks. And the result of that study, that the number of cigarettes smoked every day decreased about 15% in the last weeks of this period. And that actually represented about 33% of participants. Although electronic cigarettes have a positive effect, it is believed that it is a good way for non-smokers to smoke cigarettes, especially for children and teenagers. And according to Utah Department of Health in 2013, that the using of e-cigarettes among Utah students in grade 8 and 10 and 12 is increasing about 3 times more than adults. Well, that covers everything that I want to say today. Let me give you a summary of what we have been talking about. I have been talking about that helping smokers to depart from smoking is a positive impact of e-cigarettes, while the attracting children and teenagers to smoke is a negative impact. And this is my reference. And I want to thank you for listening to me today. If you have any questions, please ask.
Sorry, just a question if you don't mind. So you're not recommending e-cigarettes, are you? You're not saying it's a good solution. Are you saying that it is a good solution?
Yes, but I see that positive impact of electronic cigarettes is more important than negative.
Thank you very much.
I forgot to show my exam. I have, but I Yeah, absolutely right. It's 140 characters. Can you imagine that 140 characters can choose the next president of a country? Can you imagine that 140 characters can make somebody with no one know him to a famous person? Or can destroy somebody else? So, what is the power of 140 characters and how it's impact? That's what I'm going to talk about in my presentation today, but I will focus on political theory. I will start with the definition of the Twitter, then we will see how the politics being a part of Twitter and the effect of Twitter on voters' decisions, and then the conclusion. After that, if you have any questions, you can ask me. And that is going to take 3 minutes and 30. Okay, what is the Twitter? Of course, there are 100 of definitions for Twitter, but I choose this one because I think it's clear to understand. It's according to Thomson and his group. They say Twitter is a form of social media which is considered an idle platform that enables users to send a short message with up to 140 characters that, like I mentioned before, called a tweet. Why? To share information, ideas, thoughts, and all these about through the posts, comments, and having chats with each other. So moving to how the politics being a part in Twitter, actually the use of Twitter in politics is becoming active, and most of people consider it as a feature of political engagement for many social media users. There is a study made by Godfrey in 2014. He made this study to see the amount of political content that has seen by the Twitter users. Actually, he found that 53% of users, they see more than none and less than half. And 24 half are readers, and the last one is 22, they are not interested in political content. So, what is the impact of this? As we see, it's more than half. So, of course, there is a effect of sharing information and knowledge about politics. Today, I will focus on Twitter's decision. Twitter has made a central closeness between the users. What do they mean by that? As you know, the large capacity country, the user is become like, central and all and it close all users together. So they can share information, knowledge about the politicians, they can interact with each other, say their ideas about the politicians, why this is good and why this is not good like this. So, what do you think the effects of that? Of course, it would lead to be ability to make a quality decision. And this is not just a hypothesis. Actually, there is a number of studies they approve that. One of them is reported in 2013. They claim that social networks have more influence on voters' view compared to traditional news. What they did, they bring two groups. They show them the traditional way, it's like a newspaper or television, and then they show them social media. And the next group, no, they start with the social, then the traditional. What they found is the group who saw the social media first, and then the traditional, it was less, they changed their mind less than the other group. So, that shows us how the social media affects in their choices. And of course, they are choose more correct. And also, recent survey supported that it shows us the correctness of individual choices has increased by 54% after the using Twitter. So, that leads us to the end of my presentation. Okay.
Please guys, feedback. After Raymond, guys, we have a short break of about just 5 minutes. That's why. Yeah, wait till everybody, so we're fresh, so, go on.
Hello everyone, I'm Raymond. Today I will talk about the unmanaged error VQ. My topic is the advantage of unmanaged error VQ in agriculture in Sanya city of China. At the beginning of the presentation, I will ask you a question. How many of you heard about unmanned error vehicle before?
You mean like drones? Like
Have you
drones?
heard them before? Yes, the drone.
Like drones, one of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe all of us have heard about them. Okay, let's go to the outline. I divided my representation into 3 parts. First is the definition of unmanaged error VQ. Then I will review the history of unmanaged error VQ. As the last part, I will tell about the advantage of UAV in agriculture. Let's go to the first part. What is UAV? According to the Oxford Dictionary definition, UAV is an aircraft piloted by remote control or onboard computers. The UAV can be assembled and launched. UAV operator must have gear similar to the traffic controller. That's the definition. Let's move to the history review. There are mainly 3 phrases. The first phrase, the UAV was invented in 1917 as a weapon during the First World War. And in 1987, the first agricultural UAV was invented by the Yamaha Motor Company in Japan. The third phrase, in China, during the period from 2010 to 2016, the UAV has been widely accepted and increased use in agriculture in China. Now let's move to the advantages. Why we use UAV? According to Xinhua News, Agriculture Department of Sanya City in China promoted a new type of UAV to the native farmers. They recommend the farmer to use the UAV, and they made a comparison from 3 aspects between UAV and the manpower. They get some results after the comparison. First, we can see the UAV can save 50% of the feeders and 90% of the water. The cost of spray by UAV is 14.6 pounds per acre, and it's 1/3 of the cost of manpower. And UAV can spray about 60 acres per day, which is equivalent to a day's total wetland of 20 acres. And the use of UAV for spray pesticide can reduce the risk of heart of the farmer workers, because there is low contact between the pesticide and the farmers. Besides that, though the use of high resolution imagery, UAV can also improve some measure of agricultural productivity. Now, that bring me to the end of the conclusion. I will summary what I have talking about over the last 3 minutes. First, I have talked about the definition of UAV. Then, I introduced the history of agricultural UAV. Finally, I explain why UAV widely used in agriculture in China. In conclusion, UAV has been widely used in China due to the benefits UAV bring to the agriculture far outweigh their drawbacks. Okay, that's all. Now you can ask some questions.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay, this is my reference. Yes.
Sorry, do you come from the same city, Sani? Are you from Sani?
No.
What? Sorry, can I ask you why you're focusing on this city in particular? Why Sani?
Because there is a study, because the Sanya City, the agriculture department of Sanya, the department, government department recommended native farmers to use UAV, and they made some comparison between the.
Okay. Understand?
Yeah.
Now, I know that I'm asking you
Yeah.
questions.
Because I can find the resources.
Okay, now just a general sort of question, general knowledge. Is it known that city as being very agricultural?
Yes.
And what source in China for agricultural sort of produce?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, we have a very short break, guys, for 5 minutes. So Jack can enjoy his time. But be back with you, please.
Yes.
These are
Yes.
Justin.
Yeah.
And this is
And there's Jason
and
and, yeah.
Wait a minute, yeah.
Wait a minute, he has this.
Okay. Sorry, what have you done? No.
You can start, Jack, you can start.
I can start.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, I just want to do something boring, but I should introduce myself. I'm Jack. Not the one who can say you jump, I jump with 2 rows in the same hand. Yes. Back to my topic. Today I want to say something about how to use communication technology networks to enhance our public health in some campaigns. But before the beginning, I want to ask you a question. How do you spend your free time, especially without homework? Yes,
Without or without?
without the homework.
Without homework.
Yes, your free time.
Sleeping.
Going out. Meet friends, going out.
Yes, but I think most of you do one thing is holding with your smartphone. Yeah, because it is so popular around us. Whatever you want to do with the smartphone, but you must hold it with a smartphone. So let's come to the first part of my topic. Yeah, I want to introduce you some apps or software. Yeah, you can see the 3 symbol. I don't think I should introduce the last 2. And the most thing I want to say is this one. It's called Weibo. It is very popular in China, and it has very large influence, and it even sometimes can transfer the final consequence. And if we can use this way effectively and efficiently, I think if we can find some public health information or some knowledge of them into the Weibo, maybe there must be more and more people that they will concentrate on the problem of health, or even they can find some more good ways for themselves. And then we will come to the second part. You can see the clear picture, yeah? But don't focus on this. It's the most important. This bar graph shows that the obesity of audience of the adults in UK in these 3 years maybe. And the blue one is about women, the orange one is about the men. It indicates that the obesity of adults has been a serious problem. So how can we solve the problem? Yeah, I think maybe one of the most important way we can control children's obesity. Yes, let's see it. First of all, I think who can do this job? Maybe the social media. They can, first of all, they can send some knowledge. They can impart the knowledge to parents who can control their own children to keep a healthy diet from they were young. And then also they can find like some unhealthy food waste, like fried food, fast food, what food is not good for your health. So, and what's the benefit of this? The children can, decrease the waste of the money in losing weight, and they can keep healthy diet. Yes. And then we change into the second part. It's about Barack Obama's speech. He has had a speech including 5 aspects. What he has said is about how to utilize the technology communication to enhance our public health in campaigns. I think maybe this part can improve what I want to say, the main point. And then we can feel more relaxed because we come to the end of the presentation. Let's review what I have said. First of all, my main point is about to utilize communication technology to enhance our public health in campaigns. And I have presented 3 parts. Yeah, first one is a kind of app and also a kind of software. And then I say something about children obesity. Yeah,
And the third one is Obama's speech. Okay, that's the end of my presentation. Thank you. If you have any questions, I will do my best to answer your questions correctly. And here's my reference page.
Thank you very much.
Any questions? No.
That's good, thank you. A49，对对 A49。谢谢。在里面吗？啊？
Maybe you want to say 860,
对。
860. Hi everyone, I'm Jasmine, and the topic of today's individual presentation is the impact of technological innovation in music consumption. And I wanted to explain the word music consumption because when I first looked at these two words, I'm not sure what the meaning of it. So music consumption is not intangible. For example, you spend money on CDs or spend money on buying concert tickets, but also intangible. Because listening music itself is consume music rapidly. And when you hear about this, you will find over the 50 years, the development of technology have dramatically changed the way that music produced and consumed. And this change caused the impact both on people's lives and the music marketing. And these are my presentation main focus today. First, the impact on people's lives. Our music listening way has been changed. Like, if you spend some time when you walk on the street to notice others, you can find a really familiar sight that a young man walks with their earphones in their ears. In 19th century, people enjoy music by going to concerts but now we enjoy music by using mobile phones or some music applications. And using earphones with high volume makes young people hearing loss because this morning when I took bus, the young lady which sits beside me with really high volume. But however, if our ears always exposed to high volume, the eardrum will not sensitive to different level of sound. It will cause the hear loss. And then the impact on music marketing. If you are the fan of big band, you will remember in 2015 they published a digital album, and the popular song "Loser" isn't really popular among
among the world, and the sales amount beyond 2 million pieces after several weeks. So that caused it is a really shock to the real CD sales. And now this month, Jay Zhou published his first digital album too. And the recent downturn in CD sales and the rapid diffusion of the file sharing like I can transfer something, send you the music stuff to you, peer-to-peer, are forcing companies to change their approach to music download. In addition to this, because now we use music applications to listen to music, enjoy the music, and companies should altering the strategy of return. The companies should change their focus more on the software or the application. And so in conclusion, I think technology in music consumption not only influence our life but also influence the music marketing. And it provides us a new way to listen to music, and it forces the companies to build a new market to adopt our today's world. But however, for some teenagers or young persons, we should use our earphones with control, not always expose our ear to a high volume. And this is my individual presentation today. This is a reference list, and thanks for listening. Welcome to ask a question.
Feedback, please. It will remain your presentation. Okay, guys, ready?
Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and thanks. My topic today is about using CTN to enhance public health. As we know, public health is a serious issue that everyone concerns, especially the children obesity and breast cancer. In Oxford 2010 study, which is stated in Rowan 2015, it confirms that among children from 2 to 19 years old, almost 1/3 of them are mostly obesity. And for breast cancer, there is no most suitable traditional method for all of them. So how can we improve their fitness effectively? That's the topic of today. I'm going to divide my topic into 3 parts. In the first part, I'll introduce what is CTN and some examples of it. Then I'll go on to how it works, and finally, I'll argue that why we should use it. So let's start by what is CTN. It is short for Communication Technology Network, and it has variety of examples. Such as networks in social media, shopping online or with apps, interaction through blogging and online education. Then we'll move to how it works. In other words, its application. Children utilize email and texting development to communicate with other ability. Rather than live connection, which will depress them with other people who have good shape. And for the active video games, it can bring opportunities of exercising and this form can attract youth. For breast cancer, as we know, the breast cancer patients are almost women who are usually occupied with working pressure and family issues. So they don't have enough time to receive the treatment. But blogging can solve this sort of problem. Through interaction and comments, receiving comments of mental supporting and information supporting, they can relieve their negative emotions, and this can make them be closer to the goal of cure. Then we'll move to the why we should use communication technology network. High technology is a symbol of modern life. This sort of phones can make our lives much easier. So it is much suitable for students and busy people. And to remind you all of my talk today, in the first part I introduced the CTN and some examples of it, and then I was talking about the application of it, and finally I argued that why we should use it. It is useful for people to help with their health. And my talk today content is very useful for further research in the area of public health. So this is my reference sheet, and that's for that. And if you would like me to elaborate on any point.
Okay. I'm not first now, okay? I want to show you that this is my title of the last task.
It's about the smartphone and tablet. I know you are so interested about it. Is it right? Actually, it has some relationship with my major, a little relationship. So I decided to talk about this. And I researched the energy demand on the played video by the smartphone and tablet. We know the majority of the energy is from the chips and the core, but the majority chips, the important chips, is about the memory chips and powerful process. It can to deal with the video data. So I will choose these two aspects to realize this. And first, I will give the reason that the energy demand to play the video on smartphone and tablets. And second, we have two aspects to talk with this. And finally, we have the conclusion. Okay, first, IT technology changed very huge today. We know everybody can't live without the smartphone and the tablet. It contributes to our life, gives the way to relax ourselves. And many people use the smartphone to entertainment, like play game and watch the video. But the majority entertainment is watch the video in the internet. And now it has many advanced video, like the 4K video, like the 3,306 grade video. It has more resolution ratio. It means in the soccer it has many units to store the position and the brightness of the color, the red, green, and blue color. So the capability of the new video is improved. But now we have solution. Oh my God. It's the 3D cartridge flash. The Samsung invited it. We can use it to store more memory. That means more detail, more data. Yeah. The common memory chip is just like one store house, but this like the building the skyscraper. You can go the ground floor in that, and maybe it has 12 times to the pound. Oh no. Play video needs more powerful process. The video is the data, what I told about that, and it's the data, so it can be compressed. It can reduce the capability of the video, but if you compress the video, the computer must recompress it first, and then it can work. So recompress the video need more powerful process. But how to solution it? Powerful process need more energy. So it relies on the Moore's law. Moore's law it shows that the transistor will increase 2 times for 18 months, and the cost will reduce for 18 months. So it means the energy efficiency will increase. It means we will have the smaller, and the powerful smartphone and the tablets. But the Moore's law has a problem. You know, when you product the chips more small and small, it will face some problem. The conductor cannot transport the electric, and the heat, the temperature will increase many. And conclusion, nowadays we have the smart and the cheaper and the powerful electric device, but the future maybe we don't have. Maybe the smartphone cannot be improved. The future smartphone, it has no change with today. Okay, thanks.
That's one part, but I remember you opened the space question afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
Feedback sheets, guys. Great.
Hello everyone, I'm Yang. I'm sorry for the boring introduction like Jack, and the purpose of my presentation today is to explain how the technology for innovation in music consumption has impacted people's lives. And I think the different innovation has impacted people's life in different ways. Like the internet can broaden the choice of music, and some electronic products can enhance the quality of music. And the third one is the most important, I think, and I will introduce that today, is the portable player can praise people's movement. I divided this topic into three parts. The first, I will introduce some listening style in the past, and then I will introduce a revolution of the listening style. And at last, I will present some listening style at present. Okay. In the past, the people usually listen to music in two ways, I think. The first way is use the gramophone listening to music at home. And due to its high price, not everyone can own the gramophone. And because of its complex structure inside, a gramophone usually has a short lifespan. And the second way, I think, is go to the concert to enjoy music. But as you know, the concert is always crowded, and crowd has many negative effects on enjoyment. And certainly, the ticket is very expensive. And everything has changed since 1963. The first portable player was born. It's called Walkman, produced by the Philips company. And it almost led to a revolution to change the style of listening. And now, we often use the MP3 to enjoy music. And because of its portability and its reasonable price, the MP3 has become more and more popular. And now, we enjoy music has become like this. We can enjoy music in anywhere and anytime. Alright, today I introduced the technological innovation has impacted people's lives. First, I introduced some history of listening style, and then I talk about the birth of Walkman, and at last I present some listening style at present, and I think the free music lovers movement is the most important effect. Okay, that's my reference list. Thank you for listening. Have some questions.
Smart idea of making use of this. Okay, guys.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, yes, it's actually afternoon. Today I'm going to talk about a growing trend for young people to use e-cigarette and the main reason for this trend. Using electronic cigarettes has become more and more popular for young people. And why does this happen? First, let's talk about some data about the trend. And according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, which is the U.S. Department of Health, the use of electronic cigarettes among American middle and high school students more than doubled in a year from 4.7% in 2011 to 10% in 2012, with more than 1.78 million middle and high school students having tried e-cigarettes in 2012. And then there's another data about this trend. The percentage of U.S. adult smokers trying to use e-cigarettes has increased from 10% in 2010 to 21% in 2011. And there's international surveys show 1 out of 8 smokers has tried electronic cigarettes, especially in the younger people is the most part of the patient. And next, I want to talk about the main reason for this trend. The first one is the first reason is e-cigarettes came in kind French flavors, including chocolate and bubble gum, which are absolutely attractive to young people. And the second reason is teenagers are quite easy to purchase the e-cigarettes in online or in websites, shopping online. There's no limitations for them to buy the cigarettes. And in the last, I want to conclude this topic. And first I talk about the growing trend and the trend is about using e-cigarettes. And then I talk about the two main reasons for this trend. And this is my references. And if you have any questions, and you have, thanks.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Okay, guys. We have three options for the feedback, actually 4 options. It's absolutely down to you, okay, to decide. I cannot meet you tomorrow at 9 o'clock. I've got another commitment tomorrow. Otherwise, I would love to do it 9 o'clock, which is, I think, a very... sadly, not. I mean, 9 onwards, I'm booked already. So we've got 2 options, as I said. One option, I know some of these options you will not like. I know. So don't give me those impressions. I know that you will not like them. One is eliminate. No. One is early tomorrow, quite early, and I mean by that, not 3 o'clock in the morning. I said no, I said not. Avenue Campus, they open 7 o'clock. So, one option is 7 o'clock in the morning, and I know you've got a lot of other things to do, so it will be a good time for you to spend in the library. If not, we've got this one. If not, we have got in the weekend, which I don't recommend. I so highly recommend as soon as possible feedback. I know 7 o'clock might not sound very convenient, but in one sense it's inconvenient in terms of waking up early, which some people... You can do 7 o'clock. Thank you very much for supporting. That's what I call hard-working students. I should have got some chocolate as well. Sorry? There should be. I think they start around 6 in the morning, the buses. I think. If not, you can start walking from 5 o'clock, that's fine. No, seriously guys, I'm speaking seriously because we need to leave in a few minutes. One option is 7 o'clock, which I support. I stand behind this one. The other option is the weekend. I myself don't support it. I don't know what you think about it. The third option is to do next week, starting Monday, but I absolutely don't recommend this because it will be quite a few days, and I don't recommend leaving a lot of time in this week. Although it's down to you, it's your option at the end, your choice at the end.
Tomorrow
or tomorrow afternoon, meaning afternoon. Do you know what I mean by afternoon? I mean night time, almost. No, not really night, but I mean, because I will be teaching 3 to 5, so that means if I'm going to see you, that means I'm going to see you after 5. After 5, Friday. So those are the 4 options. Let me repeat very quickly. 7 o'clock in the morning, thank you very much. And weekend, next week, and tomorrow in the afternoon, meaning late afternoon, which is after 5 o'clock. Okay.
Tomorrow morning, no,
7 to 9 it will be. Yes. I know what I'm saying. I'm saying Avenue campus will be open 7 o'clock. I know that for 100%. So, they open 7 o'clock.
the bus is running.
Yeah.
There will be. Okay, I can show you that it is running, but.
Because I need 1 hour.
We can work.
对呀，太你真太早了。我做饭呢，我没带我。
你跟麦克风出事了，大哥。
我饭都做了，我没带。
不是大哥。
真我做了，昨天晚上做了。
There's definitely journey is going on. There's definitely ones, but I just need to check when do they start. But there's definitely buses working.
有5点多那个。
They start quite early, about 5:30. Yeah, so you can see how many buses will be more actually 7 o'clock. But anyway, it's an option. It's an option. I'll ask you which one you support. Who would go with late afternoon tomorrow first? Late afternoon Friday after 5 o'clock tomorrow.
Okay.
Wait, after 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. Later afternoon.
For tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
We have one person supporting that. We have in the morning. 7 in the morning. Thank you so much, guys. I don't need to go over the other options.
一起吧。
Yeah. Now having decided on that, guys, now we have to go quickly.
Crazy.
Having decided on that, we have 2 options now after this. It's either that we do on one-to-one basis, and everyone will have 10 minutes, exact 10 minutes, okay? Or another option, we can go with 2 people at the same time, which gives us a little bit of flexible time with 20 minutes, and at the same time you will hear what feedback is provided for another person, and it might be of help. This time, I absolutely agree with any choice that you would prefer to go with, whether you prefer to go on one-to-one basis or you prefer one-to-one.
And can we decide time, because I don't want to come and there is no time for me if I arrive.
No, I'm saying because I'm booked 15 past 9. I have to be somewhere else tomorrow. So if I start 7, then I need the 10 minutes to be sharp 10 minutes. So please help me, even those guys who are coming. If it is 10 minutes, don't wait for me to tell you that it's the end of 10 minutes, but just watch the if it is 10 minutes. Please just turn on me, don't say anything about it. Okay? Okay, then I will go with the same order. I will go with the same order, guys.